It takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. You can often change your circumstances by changing your attitude. To handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. Do the things that interest you and do them with all your heart. Don't be concerned about whether people are watching you or criticizing you. The chances are that they aren't paying attention to you. Life was meant to be lived, and curiosity must be kept alive. One must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. You have to accept whatever comes, and the only important thing is that you meet it with the best you have to give. We do not have to become heroes overnight. Just a step at a time, meeting each thing that comes up, seeing it as not as dreadful as it appears, discovering that we have the strength to stare it down. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. A woman is like a tea bag, you never know how strong it is until it's in hot water. I am who I am today because of the choices I made yesterday. Never allow a person to tell you no who doesn't have the power to say yes. A good leader inspires people to have confidence in the leader. A great leader inspires people to have confidence in themselves. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. It is better to light a candle than curse the darkness. Friendship with oneself is all important, because without it one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world. Nothing has ever been achieved by the person who says, "It can't be done." Many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints in your heart. With the new day comes new strength. You not only have a right to be an individual, you have a responsibility. Do one thing every day that scares you. Be confident, not certain. People grow through experience if they meet life honestly and courageously. It isn't enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it. One must work at it. The giving of love is an education in itself. Happiness is not a goal, it is a byproduct. Since you get more joy out of giving joy to others, you should put a good deal of thought into the happiness you are able to give. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. When you have decided what you believe, what you feel must be done, have the courage to stand alone and be counted. In the long run, we shape our lives, and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die. And the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. I never waste time looking back. Life is like a parachute jump, you've got to get it right the first time. Do one thing every day that scares you. Your ambition should be to get as much life out of living as you possibly can, as much enjoyment, as much interest, as much experience, as much understanding. Not simply be what is generally called a success. It is a brave thing to have courage to be an individual, it is also, perhaps, a lonely thing. But it is better than not being an individual, which is to be nobody at all. A stumbling block to the pessimist is a stepping stone to the optimist. Today is the oldest you've ever been, and the youngest you'll ever be again. I believe anyone can conquer fear by doing the things he fears to do, provided he keeps doing them until he gets a record of successful experience behind him. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. It is not fair to ask of others what you are not willing to do yourself. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. Success must include two things: the development of an individual to his utmost potentiality and a contribution of some kind to one's world. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do. We are afraid to care too much, for fear that the other person does not care at all. Character building begins in our infancy and continues until death. We have to face the fact that either all of us are going to die together, or we are going to learn to live together, and if we are to live together, we have to talk. To be mature, you have to realize what you value most. Not to arrive at a clear understanding of one's own values is a tragic waste. You have missed the whole point of what life is for.